Case number 26MAR2021. Name Adeptus Titanicus, Dominus. A 3D, turn-based strategy PC game adaptation of Game Workshop's Titan Legion's tabletop game puts you in control of the greatest weapons available to the Imperium of Man, the mighty titans of the Adeptus Titanicus. Such is the pledge of the developers. May the Emperor have mercy on their souls, because I surely will not. Story is too simple even for a Warhammer game. Chaos forces are attacking Kane 9, an imperial industrial world producing massive war mechs known in the Warhammer universe as Titans, and a distress signal has been sent out, so you, Princess Maxim, are sent to the planet to boost the defense and kick the smelly Chaos boys out. The problem is, the story is not only too bland, but it has major plot holes. Why would such an important planet be defenseless and unable to repel an attack of enemy forces? They do build Titans there for Emperor's sake. Such valuable planet would not be on the fringe of the galaxy, and thus Imperium would learn about such threat coming way in advance, not only at the time when the Chaos barges through the door, being all like,
"Surprise, motherfucker!"
Then again, where are the PDF? Where are Skitarii forces? Where are the tanks, hovercrafts, foot soldiers? Where are the orbital defenses? How is it that friend and foe alike can just land on the planet and deploy their Titans undisturbed? This is just not good enough. Throughout the missions you can see some random space marines on the map, shooting ground obviously, but they are there only to remind you that this is a Warhammer game. Although I did find them in one single mission, but it was atrocious, but about that later. The story is told through very well done comic book graphics, and it is the most enjoyable part of the game, although it absolutely does not fit with the rest of the game's graphics, and I'm sure this was done only as a last resort, since the devs had no idea how to make a cutscene in Unity engine. Still, Tazio Betin, hopefully I did not butcher that name too much, mate, you did an excellent job with all these drawings, well done. Sadly, the rest of the game looks like something coming from the anus of a great unclean one. Models and assets look like this game was made in year 2000, and for a moment I thought I bought some old game from GOG store. There are hardly any graphical options, and game looks like 3 times digested gobo dinner even on the best of settings. Animations are clunky, and cinematic camera option that activates after you issue an order for some reason always focuses on the Titan's buttocks or gets stuck in such an angle you can't see shit. It is hilarious until you realize you paid $23.79 for this wank. Maps are unimaginative, all looks the same, just couple of tight corridors and empty space. For an industrial world that is supposed to be covered by factories and buildings so close together and so large it can be seen from space, this place looks astonishingly empty. Couldn't they buy more assets to flip or something? And before you have a go at me, I do realize there are 3 or 4 other types of maps you can get, but they all suffer from the same problem. Bland, boring, empty corridors, not leaving much space for strategic approach of your missions. Music in this game is awesome, and it fits the Titan warfare perfectly. Mix of orchestral and electronic music sprinkled with Gregorian chants, it is amazing. But sadly there are only 2 tracks, one for the menu and one for the game, and the one in the menu resets itself when you press certain buttons. I guess the devs did not want to waste money to purchase more music, which is a shame. Another good news is that this is once again a Warhammer game with good voice acting, which is great because some of the characters likes to talk for minutes to no end before letting you go on with the mission. The only gripe here is that Princess Halina sounds half of the time as if her voice lines were cut off before her speech was finished, and please do be careful when clicking off the victory screen. Sometimes characters like to tell you the briefing of the next mission right as the current one has just finished, and you can easily miss it. And I hope your hearing is good, as there are no subtitles options for this game because f*** hearing impaired and non-native English speakers. Oh, and the annoying Horn of Gondor that is being sounded every time the Titan is about to move can't be turned off. The developers, and I am using this term in the loosest term possible, said that they will look into giving us an option to mute this in the future, but for now just turn off the sound effects. I am amazed. 24 quid for a game And their solution to this is to turn off all the sound effects in game. Just
Wow.
As for the atmosphere, there is none. Just look at this piece of wank. How do you expect to hold it any atmosphere, especially with the issues I'm going to list in the next couple of seconds? I think this is the very first Warhammer game I have ever played that has no atmosphere at all. No idea how insane the Membraine studios managed this, but they did it. Well done, lads, well done. Story missions are being unlocked one by one as you win the previous ones, but they are all predetermined, meaning that you can't even choose the titans and weapons you would like to use, as was advertised by the devs. And neither you can choose their starting position. You either win with whatever you are given, or Chaos Faction doesn't even have a story missions, because that would require the devs to copy-paste more levels, and that would be too much work for a lovely price of $23.79 for this game. To make it worse, there are just 3 types of Titan in the game: Warhound, Reaver and Warlord. All the other dozen of Titan classes or Imperial Knights, they did not make it into the game. Guess it would be too much work as well. And to make it even worse, they all look the same no matter what faction you play. There is only small recolor happening, and a small heraldry on the shoulder tells you who is the enemy. Not to forget, there are no other enemies to fight except those 3 titans. No tanks, no foot soldiers, no flying vehicles, no space marines, nothing. Just same 3 titans over and over. Oh, and that one mission where you shoot on space marines. And if you play skirmish mode as a chaos, Imperial Titans have Chaos Titans voice lines when moving. I can't even. Gameplay wise, there is not much to do. You have 4 commands to issue and repeat them over and over. Some Steam reviewers say that this game requires you to be tactical about your approach, but that is not true. 98% of the time you just bulk your forces together, find some narrow corridor and force your way to victory in a true 40k fashion. Extremely stupid Abominable Intelligence is hardly an opponent. They often walk in front of your guns not even shooting, or try to shoot you through impassable terrain. You can rest assured that this AI is not overtaking the world anytime soon. The game offers a multiplayer, but since nobody plays this garbage, you are not getting any action. Unless you scour the interwebs in search for like-minded Drukhari pleasure slaves who loves inflicting damage on their brain and soul by playing this abomination, and set up a local game, somehow. Skirmishes against AI are boring, with no objectives other than kill them all to win. Although devs forgot to delete the Chaos Demon machine from the selection, so if you manage to play multiplayer or a skirmish, you can actually select this special unit that is normally available only in Schools for the Skull Throne special scenario. But it's shite anyways. Can't move far, weapons deal no damage, and by the time you reach the melee distance, they are nearly dead. But what do you expect from a 2-man dev team that can't even put a proper website up, right? They claim having 16 years. Again guys, 16 years of game developing experience. Yeah, right. Maybe being toilet cleaners in the game dev's office for 15 years before being fired for not doing their job properly. This game is just basic, badly put together Unity project that a university student can make within 6 months. At first, I did not want to shit talk the devs too much, as they said that they just want to bring the joy of tabletop titans into the age of PC gaming, and that they are huge tabletop fans themselves. But the more you look at this piece of shit, the more you realize they were in it just to milk Warhammer fans for money, because they know that we will buy any old shit with a Warhammer logo on it. And they were right. He's actually just trying to force them around like... Wow. So I couldn't get far away because there were corpses blocking me, so what I had to do, I had to plow my way. Now I know how Macaber's Chrome job works. I just have to plow away through these to make way, so now I can actually move around. Wow. Game level design and everything 100%. Commit order. Oh, let's see what... Oh, and he gets stuck. No. Oh. A Titan cannot pass through dead bodies of Chaos Space Marines.
Our duty is our dedication.
No, I'm not okay. I paid £23.46 for this shit. This game is such a wasted potential. They could do really cool missions, give it good graphics and gameplay to make you feel powerful, like you are really driving those Titans yourself. They could have add more factions and their versions of Titans, or more stuff. Like, all in all, this could be such a proper video game. And if you still doubt that these guys are in it just for the money, check the achievements. Couldn't be asked even naming them properly, and they forgot to add mission 15 while submitting the list, so they just placed it at the very end because f*** you gamers. Moving on, controls. What controls? You use your VSAT for camera and movement, Q and E for camera rotation, thank Emperor for that, and that's it. Although the devs do give you an option to rebind the keys, if you wish, which is funny in this case because why would you? And your control over the Titan consists of 3 commands. Stay and shoot, which also acts as an overwatch if you do not shoot anything on that turn. Then 2 commands to move and shoot at the same time. One that lets you move only a short distance but you shoot more precisely, or another one that lets you move further but sacrificing some accuracy. And then the move only command. That is all. Dominus lacks mission variability. I got excited for a moment when in mission 4 some Spus Morans called for help, and I thought we will have to protect them and kill the enemy Titans before they destroy the Space Marine units or something. But no, same old, capture this random pointless point on the map and kill all the enemies. Seriously, those capture points makes no sense. Often they are placed on top of an empty hill or some random crevice, and while I'm but a simple Inquisitor, those points does not look like anything worth capturing and fighting for. Once again, no win within X turns missions, no protect or escort missions, no delay the enemy so civilians can evacuate or Mechanicus can retrieve some STCs that cannot fall into hands of chaos, no missions that would be asking you to prevent the enemy to reach certain point on the map. No, just one and the same objective is in every mission. And there is supposedly to be 20 of them. No thank you, I'm not wasting my time with this shit anymore. At the end of the turn, the Titans automatically repair some damages done to them, which also takes away tactics and strategization. You don't have to think whether the next turn you should run into cover and repair damaged armor or weapons. No, the game does it for you for a set amount and you are done. All you do is just shoot and move, because as the dev said, this is a game about strategy and tactics. Unfortunately, they forgot to mention there is only one strategy and tactics, just DACA your way through and you'll be fine. Lack of feedback is also abysmal. When you shoot or get shot, a log shows up on the left side telling you what is happening, but it makes little sense. Sometimes my Titan would melt the enemy Warhound in one go, another time it would leave it with half health, sometimes deal no damage at all. It seems so random that my guess is that the hit registration is just broken. Therefore, all you are left with are these weird, stupid icons coming out of your Titans where you have no idea what is going on. Like, what does this butt plug even mean? Why would you put it into a game? I have no idea. If you get lucky, sometimes the weapon falls off the Titan. Now that is a clear indication of weapon malfunctioning, but everything else is just a confusing mumbo jumbo, because even when you see crossed of machine guns icons, your or enemy Titan is ready to shoot the very next moment you select them. I give up. Seriously, get this shit out of my face now. Dear Battle Brothers and Sisters, after 3.5 excruciating hours of suffering through this abysmally bad game, I proclaim it a heresy and a travesty against the God Emperor himself. Do not buy this game at all and wait to see what happens next, because even with all the bugs fixed, there is no good gameplay or story to follow or atmosphere to enjoy. And the fact that Membraine Studios have the gonads to ask $23.79 for this shite is outrageous. These developers are just two guys looking to make a quick cash to be able to buy more tabletop minis. May the Emperor's wrath burn their souls and cast them into the Eye of Terror, for they are the servants of chaos. We do not suffer in our midst. You can display your agreement or disagreement with my ruling by giving this video a thumbs up or down and adding your own comment below. For more rulings and to join the inquisitorial retinue, click the subscribe button and receive the Emperor's blessing. I will see you at the next ruling, and as always, the Emperor protects! For a better shot. Oh, there we go. Although, again, only... Oh wait, because now we are only fighting with that one, so that's not gonna hit, but then when he comes here he will be shooting. Okay, let's see. The hell was that? The hell was that? What were you doing? You did 0 damage, you idiot, and you lost a butt plug. Why he's not shoot? He doesn't even have that hand. What the? How? How did... What happened?